Fairy tale. There once was a dog. Once upon a time, a peasant had a dog named Zhikharka. He lived long and well, served his master, guarded the house, and sometimes at night howled at the moon. But time passed. Zhikharka grew old. His paws hurt, his tail aches, and he has no wish at all to bark. He just sleeps and eats and doesn't guard the house. Oops. His master was kind and put up with it, even when Zhikharka knocked down his wife and spilled the milk, even when he knocked down the master himself. But when Zhikharka failed to hear the thief in the house and didn't bark, that was the last straw. The master realized that the dog was useless and kicked him out of the yard in the morning. Zhikharka is wandering through the forest. What to do, he doesn't know. He tried hunting. Didn't catch the hare. Didn't catch the squirrel. Couldn't even catch a mouse. Late in the evening, totally pooped, he sat down on a stump and lamented. Suddenly, a wolf came out of the bushes and asked Zhikharka, "Why are you wandering around the forest at night and not sleeping in your kennel?" "Yes, well," replies Zhikharka sadly, "I don't know what to do. I've grown old. Nobody needs me. My master kicked me out of the house." "Kicked you out? So now you're like me?" "Ha ha ha." The wolf laughed sadly. "Do you want me to help you return to your master?" Zhikharka rejoiced. "Help me, Grey One, and I'll repay you as best I can." "Well, listen. Tomorrow morning, your master and his wife will go out into the field to mow the grass. They'll leave the youngest child in the cradle on the edge of the field under a tree. I'll grab the child, but I'll run away right across the field so that everyone can see me. You'll catch me, take the child away, and bring it back to your master." That's what they agreed to do. Just as the sun rose, Zhikharka's master and his wife came to the field. They're mowing the grass and the child is sitting in the cradle under a tree and playing. Suddenly, out of nowhere, the wolf appears. He grabbed the child and carried it off across the field. So fast, there was no catching up with him. The poor mother began crying and screaming. The father nearly had a heart attack. But then Zhikharka jumped out of the bushes and ran after the wolf, barely shuffling his sore paws, stumbling, growling and barking, panting heavily. He ran into the forest after the wolf. There, the wolf gave him the baby and Zhikharka brought it back to the parents, safe and sound. The peasant was so happy he gave Zhikharka some bread and bacon, patted him on the head and took him back home in the evening. The dog began to live better than ever. His master built him a warm kennel. And the master's wife keeps giving him yummy treats. Zhikharka is basking in warmth and comfort, thinking, "I really should pay the wolf back for such a favor." While Zhikharka thinks how to pay back the wolf, let's recall why the peasant finally kicked Zhikharka out of the house. Because Zhikharka constantly knocked his masters down? Because he constantly spilled the milk? Because he failed to hear the thief in the house and didn't bark? That's right, because he failed to hear the thief in the house and didn't wake up his master. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and let's continue watching the cartoon fairy tale. In autumn, the peasant's eldest daughter was getting married. For 10 days they prepared the wedding. Fried burgers, chopped salads, baked pies. Zhikharka realized that the time had come to pay back the wolf. He went to the forest, found the Grey One and said to him, "Come to my master's garden on Sunday. I'll take you inside the house. My master's daughter is getting married. There'll be mountains of food, all you can eat." The wolf waited for Sunday and came where Zhikharka told him. The dog carefully led the wolf into the house, seated him under the table, even brought him a cushion to make him more comfy. Then he quietly walked around the table, tucking away all sorts of yummy goodies for his buddy the wolf. Meat pies, fried fish, smoked bacon. The guests began noticing that the dog was dragging the best pieces off the dinner table and wanted to give him a beating. But the host wouldn't let them. After all, it's Circo. He saved my child from a wolf. Don't hurt him. Circo gave the wolf plenty to eat and drink. All the warmth and good food made old Grey a bit too relaxed. He wanted to have some fun and sing a few songs. Circo is worried. Don't, bro. You'll get into trouble. He tried to distract the wolf as best he could with food and talk. He even brought him a piece of cake. Better the wolf eat than sing. But soon the grey one was totally stuffed. That's it. Can't take any more. I'm singing. And he begins howling under the table. Loud, scary, sorrowful. The guests freaked out and a panic began. Some raced out of the house. Others began beating the wolf. Oh, gotta save the grey one, thought Circo, and with a loud growl fell on top of the wolf. The host says, don't hit the wolf or you'll accidentally hurt Circo. My dog can handle it himself. Circo and the wolf pretended to be fighting fiercely. With a loud bark, the dog drove the wolf out of the house, after which he chased after him. They ran and ran through fields and gardens until the village was out of sight. They ran into the forest and sat down across from each other, breathing slowly. Well, says Circo, you helped me out and I paid you back. Take care, Grey One. Thanks, bro. If you need anything, don't be a stranger. And that's how they parted, going their separate ways. So always remember, my little friends, one good turn deserves another. Never forget those who helped you once. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like, and don't miss our new fairy tales and cartoons.